Do you speak English?
Yes, I do. Come join us. For help with
pronunciation, intonation, fluency, accent reduction and more.
EasyNativeEnglish.com. Hi everyone, welcome to day 4 of 5 reasons of why people should speak English well. Now, my fourth reason is quite an unusual one because it doesn't really involve everybody, but at the same time it's really important. And the reason it's important is because there seems to be a lot of conflict between the East and the West. Now, personally, I think the reason for this is because of a lack of communication. And the reason there's a lack of communication is because the East don't speak English as well as the West. Now, in Europe, we have countries like Germany, Switzerland, Holland, France, Spain, all these different countries, and they all speak different languages. But they do understand, the majority of the people who live in these countries also can speak English fluently. They may not choose to do so in their own countries, but they can and do understand English, and a lot of people can speak English fluently and understand English fluently because it's taught in their schools. Now, because of this, they are able to access information easily from the internet and around them. Therefore, when there's talks between the countries, so for example, when we had all the issues about Brexit, the people who were in Europe understood what was being said in the UK understood what was being said over in Europe, because the news and everything that was available was in English. So everybody was able to understand. Now, the problem with conflicts that occur with the East and the West is in the East, the information that is passed around is not in English, so it is not understood as easily. And the information that is accessible from the West is not easily understood by the people in the East. So because of this miscommunication, there tends to be problems that blow up out of proportion. So if the East, or countries in the East, could speak English as well as the countries in the West, there would be less likelihood of conflict because people would understand each other better. Now, I'm not suggesting for one second that people should not learn their own languages. Of course they should, because in Germany they speak their own language, but they also understand English. In France they speak their own language, but they also understand English. And likewise, because English is a universal language, and it has been so since the 1600s, there's no denying that, we use English right across the globe, from America to Europe to all the way to Australia. It's right across the globe. Then if people understood the common language of English well, then there would be better communication, and as a result there would be less conflict, and in my opinion there would be less wars. We can see this more easily if we take Brexit, for example. Now, England was in talks with Europe for nearly 2 years. There wasn't a major conflict over it because they just argued and debated and compromised and argued some more and debated some more, and it was all done verbally. There was no excuse for it to turn into a war, and it didn't turn into a war. The governments, heads of state, they all thrashed out a deal, whatever deal it was, and it's still ongoing. These disagreements, the residents of the Western countries know it wouldn't disintegrate into a war because people are able to understand each other and misunderstandings are able to be rectified. So there isn't a reason for things to get blown out of proportion and escalate into an unnecessary war. There's just no need for a war when you are able to communicate and understand what the other side is saying. Now, Britain argued with Europe for 2 years, but at no point did anybody think, oh, there's going to be a war. Of course there's not going to be a war, because if there's understanding, you can resolve conflicts. It just takes some time. Now, in the East, From my personal perspective, the reason that wars result is because there's misunderstanding. The communication breaks down, talks break down because people don't understand each other. They don't have a common language to be able to argue their point, to be able to debate, to be able to persuade, to be able to convince. And these are the things you need in order to ensure that talks continue so that deals can be made. But when deals can't be made and agreements can't be made, then things disintegrate quickly because people don't see each other's points of view. So, my fourth reason for learning English well is for peace and to prevent wars. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow for my fifth and final video. Bye!
If this video helped you, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also tell us in the comments section below if there are any other videos you'd like us to make. Thanks!